Hi everyone. Today let us discuss about scheme for formalization of micro food processing enterprises. This is a new scheme. This was approved by Union Cabinet on Wednesday, which is a new centrally sponsored scheme for formalization of micro food processing enterprises, that is FME, for the unorganized sector. We have organized as well as unorganized sector and also formal or informal sector. Okay. Then so all this unorganized sector will be formalized. So for that there is a new scheme approved by the Union Cabinet. So with this scheme will be having rupees 10,000 crore. Okay, they have allotted 10,000 crore for the new scheme, and the expenditure will be shared by the government of India as well as the state in 60 to 40 ratio. Okay, so this is a centrally sponsored scheme. Actually we have two types of scheme, that is centrally sponsored scheme as well as central sector scheme. So in centrally sponsored scheme the expenditure will be shared by the government of India as well as the states. Okay, the proportion will be different in case of different schemes. And in case of central sector scheme, the entire project or unit cost will be borne by the central government only. That is 100% of the fund will be given by the central government. Whereas in the centrally sponsored scheme, the expenditure will be shared by the central as well as state government. Then under the scheme, around 2 lakh micro enterprises are to be assisted with a credit linked subsidy. So they will be given subsidy, that is credit linked, and they will be available, this subsidy will be available for over a period of 5 years, that is starting from 2021 to 24-25, that is 2020 to 2025. This will be the year of subsidy, and it will be about 5-year period. And before getting to the detail, let us see what are the problems faced by these micro food processing enterprises or FMEs. Maybe whenever government is introducing a new scheme, that particular part will be having some kind of problem. That is why government is introducing a scheme for supporting that particular sector. Okay, so these enterprises or these FME also must have faced some kind of difficulties. So let us see what are the problem faced by this micro food processing enterprises. Okay, so first problem was inability to access credit, as they are unorganized sector and they don't have any credibility or surety. They usually don't get credit. Okay, so that was one of the problem, because for initiating any kind of business in India or any whatever may be the organized maybe the enterprises, we need fund for starting it. So if we are not getting enough credit for that, there will be much problem in the further section. Okay, so next one is high cost of institutional credit. So if they are not getting adequate credit, they will be definitely going for institutional credit, that will be having higher amount of interest. So they will be facing more and more problem when they are going for this institutional kind of credit. Okay, so that is another problem. Then lack of access to modern technology. So as they are having less amount of fund with them, they will be working with the obsolete technology. So they will be not going for the modern technology as they are costly in nature. So it is known that definitely they will not be able to afford this high cost new or modern technology. That is another problem. Then there will be inability to integrate with the food supply chain and compliance with the health and safety standards. So as it is micro food processing enterprises, definitely if they are integrating with food supply chain, they will be getting a lot of benefits, because they will be part of, when they are becoming a part of that food supply chain, they will be having a connection with that, and that will automatically help them to improve their business. Okay, so if they are not getting integrating with this food supply chain, automatically they will have the impact or bad impact of that, and it will be difficult for them to manage health and safety standard, because these people will not be having any cold storage facilities or any safety system to manage this storage, etc. So definitely they will not be able to meet this health and safety standards. So that is another problem faced by this micro food processing enterprises. Okay, then let us see what is the aim of this new scheme. So when they are making a new scheme, what they have aimed at is to increase the access to finance. So in the problem we found that access to finance was one of the problem. So by this scheme, what the plan was, this scheme will help them to get more finance. Okay, and this they will be more focusing on the enterprises which is focusing on women entrepreneurs and aspirational districts. Okay, so their focus will be on this particular aspect, and for giving more finance to these people. Okay, then also encourage waste wealth activities, because most of the time when they are lacking facilities like cold storages, definitely a lot of food materials or food products will be getting into waste. So when they are getting adequate technology, modern technology, definitely they will be increasing their shelf life. So automatically their whatever earlier becomes waste, now they can store, and this uh, waste can be converted to wealth. Okay, so when earlier there was a lot of waste, now there will be no waste, and these cold storages can change this process of going waste into a wealth. Okay, so then it also focus on minor forest produce in tribal areas. Okay, then tribal district there will be a lot of minor forest produce, so they are focusing on this processing of this minor forest produce also. Then enhance the compliance with the food quality as well as safety standards. So in the earlier problems faced by this micro enterprises, we discussed that they are having problem to meet this quality as well as safety standards. Okay, so in this aim they also set this as an aim. Okay, like they will be able to comply with the food quality and safety standards after introducing this scheme. Okay, and another one is increase in revenue and of target enterprises. So if waste is converted to wealth and they are having adequate technology to store as well as process the food, the overall phase of this enterprises will be changing, and this will improve the productivity of the enterprises, in turn will increase the revenue of this enterprises. So that these are all the aim of this new scheme. And if you are checking the features, one is that seed capital will be given, that is about 4 lakh rupees per self-help group, and which will be given for loan to members for working capital and for small tools. So seed capital, the loan will be given in the form of seed capital, that will be about 4 lakh. So whenever they are going to start a new initiative, they need small amount of money to start the enterprise. Okay, that is considered seed capital. So this is just for given for the members for that will be considered as a working capital and small tools. Okay, so seed capital will be given about 4 lakhs per self-help group. Okay, then micro enterprises will credit linked subsidy of 35% of the eligible project cost with a ceiling of 10 lakh. So if a project is having a high amount of cost, let us say for example, if that proper thing is causing about 100 lakh rupees, then about its 35% will be given, or it will be eligible, they will be getting about 35%, but the higher limit will be 10 lakh. If that 35% is above 10 lakh, they will be getting only up to 10 lakh. Okay, so 35% of the eligible project cost will be given for micro enterprises. Okay, then beneficiary, in this case beneficiary contribution will be minimum of 10% and balance from the loan. Okay, the amount of beneficiary contribution will be only 10% of this total project cost, and the balance will be by loan. Then and also grant will be provided to FPOs for backward or forward linkages, common infrastructure, packaging, marketing and branding. So all these stages grant will be provided to this FPOs, okay, and also provide the necessary skill training and hand holding support, okay. So this is how skill training is also an important factor of this maintenance of these enterprises, because skill is needed at every level of business, okay. So they will provide skill training as well as grant, okay. Then let us check what are the benefit of this particular scheme. So we already discussed the problems and aims. So by checking all, or by connecting two headings itself, we will get the benefit. The first one is that it will reduce the wastage. So as I told in the problems, that there are a lot of wastages faced by these enterprises, and in the aim it is said that it will the scheme is mainly focusing on reducing the wastages to what wealth, okay. So the benefit, or one of the major benefit of this scheme will be reduction in wastages, okay. Food products will not go waste. Then second is that creation of farm job opportunities. Definitely when this new enterprises are coming, because they are giving seed capital, so this seed amount is given, there will be more and more people will be coming forward to start their own enterprises. Definitely this will provide a number of jobs also. So job opportunity will be increasing, that is another benefit. Then it will aid in achieving the overarching government objective of doubling farmers income. When their waste is reduced, and most of the food products that they are brought from the farmland is getting processed to food food products, as well as they, if their shelf life is increasing, their farm income will be increased, because there is a less wastage at this time. So whatever they are sowing and whatever they are reaping is giving money for them. So definitely there will be doubling farmers income. So that was one of the government's objective. So that objective will be fulfilled by this new scheme. Then there is one more point, that is national portal and MIS. That is, there will be a national level portal that will be set up for getting the application, okay. So every applicant or individual enterprises can apply for participation in the scheme. So they can enter directly into this portal, and all the scheme activities will be undertaken on the national portal. So it will be easy for getting access to this thing, because they just want to go a computer cafe and they can just apply for this scheme, and they will be getting this, okay. So that's all. Thank you.